Hey, welcome back, guys. And this commentary is coming straight off the Barrett commentary, and in that commentary, I've talked a bit about my new m.o.a.b with every gun montage that I recently released. And I hyped up the montage for at least a week or two before I released it. About a week ago, I'll tell you guys a bit of an interesting story about that montage. If you haven't seen it yet, go on, head over to my channel and check out my video section. Should be on the main page of my channel as well. Interesting story with that m.o.a.b with every gun montage. I started it probably about 3 weeks ago, and that was when I sort of really started talking about it. I put a few little things on my feed, just saying that I had started an epic montage and stuff like that. And I ended up getting a rough draft sort of done about a week and a half ago. And then what I did is I started shopping it around. So basically I sort of started sending it off to other people on YouTube. Some of the big names like Dazran, Icon Boy, Fate Wii, Savage No Scope, Alex Wii, all the Wii guys basically. I tried a few of the other guys that were sort of in PC or Xbox 360, but they didn't really get back to me or care. In fact, that was the problem. Pretty much no one got back to me. So, what I was doing is I just wanted to go around and see if anyone was interested in sort of hosting it on their channel, to let people know. Because it is the very first time that anyone has actually done a m.o.a.b with every single gun on the Wii. So I thought, well, some people might be interested in having it on their channel. Get me out there and let people know that I've done it, And unfortunately, I actually sent out. I probably shouldn't have named names, but the truth is I did send out private messages explaining sort of what I wanted to do. And like I said, I had a first draft that was complete about a week and a half ago. So, I put that up on my channel as a private video. And I said, look, check out this channel, check out this video. This is the plan. This is what I plan on having. And in truth, really, the final one hasn't actually finished all that much. Hasn't changed all that much from the finished, from the first draft that I made. And I said, this is what I want to do. Would you like to host it on your channel? But no one, and I mean no one, got back to me. And I have to admit, I'm really disappointed with that. At least they didn't even get back to me at all. I sent them private messages and stuff, and I said, just let me know if you're interested. And I didn't get anything. I didn't get anything back. I didn't get them saying, nah, not interested or whatever. Actually, I lie. I did get one person get back to me about it, and he was concerned about the music that was in the video. I told him that it's not blocked in any countries or anything like that. I just never heard back from him. So yeah, it's a shame. But I mean, I did find one person, and I do want to give him a very large thanks and a big shout out in this video. That was Darky HD, a fellow Australian commentator for Modern Warfare 3 and other Wii related games, and good friend of mine. He started out sort of a little bit on a bad friendship, bad relationship, bad start. But we're good friends now, and he was happy to put it on his channel and help me out. So I just want to say thanks very much. And if any of you guys know him or talk to him or whatever, just tell him how much you appreciate, him putting this stuff up on his channel, because he doesn't have to do that. It is his channel after all, and he did that to help me out. So I really do appreciate that. And Darky, if you're listening, man, you know how much I'm grateful for that. So thanks very much. Alrighty, look, I'm going to talk a little bit about the L118A. Just before I go off and talk about Black Ops 2 and what I want in that game. But again, I use the ACOG, of course, because I'm a Wiimote sniper, and well, that's not an excuse, I suppose. Wii Scotty was a really good Wiimote sniper, but it just doesn't work for me. I prefer the ACOG, so rather than the Reg Scope. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say. I use the ACOG, and it's harder to get the m.o.a.b obviously because it's bolt action. You don't have the ability to hip fire like you do with the Barrett. So you got to be a bit more careful. And when you're close range with someone, you've got to really be careful with how you knife them and how you you know, how you use your throwing knives and stuff. And you saw earlier, I actually got 2 kills with the throwing knife. And you know, that's obviously really helpful towards getting the m.o.a.b and stuff. But yeah, I'm beasting it at the moment. I'm just like taking these guys out. I mean, I am using aim assist, but you know, even with aim assist, it's not easy to do this kind of stuff. You know, jumping, doing 180s and stuff. You know, I did it earlier. I just did it then, but I didn't get a kill out of it. But yeah, I'll just move on, I guess. I mean, you know, I just finished doing the Barrett commentary, and basically in that I talked about how in Black Ops 2 I don't want any hackers. Obviously, you know. I talked about how I want Wii MOAB support because, you know, I like the Wii MOAB. I prefer the Wii MOAB over dual analog sticks. And I finished up by talking a little bit about the fact that I don't want overpowered guns. I want more balanced weapons. And, you know, machine pistols are obviously the sore thumb when it comes to this game. Basically, you know, they're just completely overpowered, and we all know that. But really, everything else is fairly well balanced. And the other thing I think I want to talk about is the other gun, I suppose, that is sort of not overpowered at all in this game, is the Dragunov. The Dragunov is in fact the opposite of being overpowered. It's actually really underpowered, in my opinion. And why is that? Well, you know, there's kind of no reason to ever use the Dragunov because other than the fact that it has more bullets than the other guns, it's got insane recoil, and it's got it doesn't kill in one hit unless you shoot them in the head. So that's kind of, you know, kind of crap. And if you're using a silencer with the gun, you know, which you sort of would, but I'll go into that a bit more on that commentary. But yeah, if you're using a silencer, the headshot isn't even a one-hit kill. You need 2 hits. So it's really underpowered. You've got huge amounts of recoil, and it's just really weak. So there's kind of no reason to use it. So I think that's the reason why I think that gun needs to actually be buffed, rather than you know you know, it's not overpowered. I don't think at all. I think it needs to actually be buffed up and to be made more powerful. But I mean, really, in this game, other than the machine pistols and other than the Dragunov, the guns are fairly well balanced in my opinion. So you know, I think they did a good job. But yeah, no FMG9s in the next game, please. Alrighty. So that's that covered. Really, the other thing I would love, but I don't think we're going to get it, but it'd be awesome if we could get something like Specialist in that game. You know, we don't know how the perks work in that game and stuff, but if they can put Specialist into that game, I'd be really happy, because I pretty much exclusively use Specialist in this game. Because once you get it, you're just insane. Like, you feel so... I mean, that's just it, right? Once you get it, you're not necessarily overpowered. You just move so much nicer in the game. Everything just seems so much easier to do. Like, you know, you can run further and you can climb over things faster. And that's not necessarily overpowered, because you give up, you know, assault kill streaks for that, which effectively means you're giving up kills to have the ability to do all that stuff. But you know, it's nice. It's kind of worth the trade-off for some people, and that's what I like. I like the fact that it's not you know, clear cut yet. Specialist is definitely overpowered. You know, you always use Specialist, because you know, it's not necessarily true. Like, I can get more kills definitely with, like, if I use assault kill streaks, I get more kills than if I don't. Not all the time, you know, depending on the stage, but you know, typically if I'm using assault kill streaks, I'll get like 40-50 kills in one match. Whereas if I'm using Specialist, I only get like maybe 30, which is still a lot, but it's not as much as 40 or 50. The difference is that I still prefer to use Specialist because, like I said, it feels nicer to play. You move quicker, you climb things faster, you can run further, all that kind of stuff. You know, the game becomes less annoying, and I think it's an interesting trade-off, and I'd love to see that in Black Ops 2, or something very similar to that. So you notice here that a lot of my kills are you know, hard scoped kills. That's what I do a lot of the time. You know, I do use aim assist to my advantage, but I'm equally as good, or almost as good, without it. And you know, a lot of people have said in the past, why don't you make a video without aim assist? And I do plan on doing that, guys. But you know, up until now, I've just been focusing on finishing this series. And now that it is finished, I've got a few personal things I have to deal with and get sorted out. But once I get back to the game again, you know, I'll be bringing you guys that kind of stuff. I'll bring, you know, I want to bring a m.o.a.b without aim assist on a sniper rifle. I also want to give you guys a gameplay where I use just the classic controller. and get a m.o.a.b with that. So I've got that. All this stuff is planned. I will get it done. But up until now, I've just wanted to get this series complete. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm chucking up these commentaries now, and I've done the montage and stuff. And I'll have new stuff coming for you guys soon. But as you can see, that's the end of it, guys. I've been talking for 10 minutes. My throat's a bit sore, so I'm going to go get a drink, and then I'll continue on. But thanks for watching, and have a good day.